Imagine this. Every choice you've ever made, every decision, big or small, wasn't truly yours. What if the concept of free will is nothing more than an illusion, and our lives are governed by forces beyond our control? For centuries, philosophers, scientists, and theologians have debated this question. Do we control our destiny, or are we mere puppets of fate? In this video, we'll unravel the intricate web of determinism and free will, exploring what it means for you, me, and the choices we make. Segment 1. What is free will? Let's start with the basics. What is free will? At its core, free will is the ability to make choices that are not predetermined. It's the belief that we are the authors of our own lives, capable of deciding our actions independently of external forces. But this idea raises a critical question. Are our decisions truly independent? Or are they influenced, perhaps even dictated, by factors like genetics, upbringing, and environment? Before we dive deeper, let's explore its philosophical counterpart, determinism. Segment 2. Understanding determinism, the clockwork universe. Determinism is the belief that every event, including human actions, is the inevitable result of preceding causes. Picture the universe as a giant clockwork machine, each cog and gear representing physical laws, every movement predetermined by the laws of nature. This idea dates back to thinkers like Isaac Newton, who believed the universe operated like a predictable machine, and Pierre-Simon Laplace, who famously suggested that if we knew the position and velocity of every particle, we could predict the future with absolute certainty. If determinism is true, then free will as we understand it doesn't exist. Our choices would simply be the result of prior causes beyond our control. But is it that simple? Segment 3. The illusion of choice. Insights from neuroscience. Recent studies in neuroscience have added fuel to the determinism debate. Experiments by researchers like Benjamin Libet suggest that our brains make decisions milliseconds before we're consciously aware of them. This raises a profound question. If our brains decide before we do, is free will just an illusion? Are we merely observers of choices our subconscious has already made? Yet critics argue that these studies don't account for the complexity of human decision-making. Perhaps free will operates on a level science has yet to fully understand. Segment 4. Compatibilism. Can free will and determinism coexist? Enter compatibilism, the philosophical middle ground. Thinkers like David Hume and Daniel Dennett argue that free will and determinism are not mutually exclusive. Compatibilists believe that while our actions may be influenced by external forces, we still have the freedom to act according to our desires and intentions. For example, you may be shaped by your upbringing, but you still have the power to choose how you respond to those influences. In this view, free will isn't about being free from causation. It's about aligning our actions with our inner values and goals. Segment 5. The role of culture and religion. For centuries, religion and culture have shaped our understanding of free will. Many religious traditions view free will as a divine gift, granting humans the ability to choose between good and evil. But determinism isn't absent here either. In Christianity, for example, the concept of predestination suggests that our paths are preordained by God. Similarly, in Hinduism, the idea of karma implies that our actions are influenced by past lives. These perspectives show how the tension between free will and determinism is universal, transcending time and culture. Segment 6. What does this mean for our lives? Whether we have free will or not, the debate has profound implications for how we live. If determinism is true, can we hold people accountable for their actions? Should we rethink justice and morality? On the other hand, if we embrace free will, it comes with a weighty responsibility, owning our choices and their consequences. This duality challenges us to reflect deeply on how we approach life's uncertainties. Segment 7. The case for practical free will. Regardless of where you stand, many philosophers argue that believing in free will, even as a practical concept, can lead to a more fulfilling life. By acting as though we have control, we take responsibility for our growth, relationships, and goals. Determinism might shape the framework of our lives, but within that framework, we can carve our own paths, find meaning, and strive for improvement. Perhaps the question isn't whether we have free will, but how we use the perception of it to live better. So, do we have free will, or are we just playing out a script written by the universe? The truth may lie somewhere in between, or perhaps it's a mystery we'll never solve. But here's what we do know. Our choices, whether free or determined, define who we are. So the next time you make a decision, big or small, pause and reflect. Not just on what you're choosing, but on what it means for the life you're shaping. What do you think? Are we free, or are we bound by fate? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Epistemic Enigma for more thought-provoking explorations of life's biggest questions. Until next time, keep questioning, keep reflecting, and keep seeking.